Hi, I'm Gemma Dooley, the Chief Investment Officer of Club Plus Super. Welcome to our latest investment update. How things have changed since our update earlier this year. The unprecedented global pandemic that has swept around the globe has virtually plunged the world into hibernation, affecting our way of life drastically. As we all shelter in the safety of our own homes, we can only watch the devastating human and economic impacts of COVID-19 unfold around the world. The whole thing seems quite surreal, I know. Global share markets have felt the full brunt of the global lockdown and have fallen dramatically since setting record highs in late February this year. Most markets initially fell around 35%. Since then, governments around the world have stepped in to help economies weather this storm. Australia has announced 3 fiscal stimulus tranches, now totalling around $200 billion, which is nearly double that needed during the GFC. And the US has agreed to a massive stimulus package worth $2 trillion. These measures are unlikely to stop a marked contraction in the economy, but should ease the financial impacts of the outbreak on businesses and households and provide a material boost to economic growth when the threat of COVID-19 abates. They have also provided some hope for share markets, with most clawing back some of the early losses for the time being. The Australian share market finished the month of March down 21%, and other share markets around the world suffered losses of a similar magnitude. Not surprisingly, our investment options with an allocation to shares have posted negative returns for March, and in general, the higher the allocation to shares, the larger the loss. The MySuper option, which most of our members are invested in, was down 8.9%. Over the last year, this option has now returned minus 3.3%. As troubling as this is for our members, it is clear from this result that diversification has helped to cushion the blow. This will significantly help returns over the long term. While some of our investments have suffered in this environment, others have provided some resilience to our member investment options. For example, in our infrastructure portfolio, assets such as airports and toll roads have clearly been significantly affected by the lockdown, but assets such as electricity and gas distribution, wind farms and water treatment plants have not been impacted and have been generating strong returns for members. Similarly, in our property portfolio, retail property assets such as shopping centres have really suffered, but assets in the industrial property sector such as distribution and logistics centres are thriving as we all scramble to order everything and anything online. But super is not about 1 month numbers. It is important to put this into a long-term perspective. Despite the negative return for March, the latest 10-year return for the MySuper option is still 6.3% per annum. Despite all sorts of market volatility over the 15-year history of this investment option, there is not one 10-year period that has delivered a negative return. So what next? No one really knows how long the pandemic will take to get under control around the world, and therefore how long the global shutdown will last. This situation is evolving rapidly every day. This high level of uncertainty means market volatility is likely to remain elevated, and it is impossible to know when markets will recover. Just remember, history shows that markets recover from seemingly dire events that have rattled investor confidence. For example, we all thought the GFC was disastrous at the time, but only 2 years later, global markets had reached their previous highs. Be assured that we are actively managing your money, drawing on some of the world's best investment managers and our experienced asset consultant. Together, we are closely following global developments and making investment decisions based on strong research and a very disciplined investment approach. In the meantime, hopefully the spread of COVID-19 can be halted and a vaccine developed as soon as possible so that life can return to normal for us all. Until then, stay well in hibernation and please don't hesitate to call us to speak with our team if you have any questions.